Welcome back. It is a difficult conversation happening in hushed tones all over our city these days. Men and women being told they no longer have a job. The news can obviously be upsetting, but it's important that people being laid off have a good understanding about what they're entitled to. We're talking about severance and other financial considerations here. Our money columnist, Christine Wiley, is here to walk us through all of that. Hi, Christine. So how much notice and severance am I entitled to?
So the province has some guidelines that covers this, but it's going to depend on your salary. It's going to depend on what type of compensation arrangements you have, whether you've been getting topped up on your RSP, healthcare benefits, those type of things. But as a minimum, if you've been working for the same employer more than 3 months and less than 2 years, you will be entitled to notice or pay in lieu of 1 week. And if you've been with that same employer for more than 10 years, it goes up to a minimum of 8 weeks.
Is there an advantage to taking one lump sum?
So for some people during this time, getting a lump sum can give them maybe a peace of mind. They have something more concrete that they could maybe put down on a large debt that they've got, or it may open up some opportunities for some investments, keeping in mind that you would be taxed on it in the year that you receive it. So you may also, if the option is given to you, want to look at deferral, and the deferral would allow you to put it into another year, and given that we're in the end of November right now, that might be an option that you would want to entertain.
Says the accountant. Good point. What about tucking some of it into an RRSP?
Definitely a great thing to look at if you've got a limit on your RSP that you haven't used. Important to know that you don't want to touch it. It needs to go direct to the RRSP because otherwise you'll have withholding tax on it. And if you worked for your employer prior to 1996, there's also a retiring allowance provision in there. So part of your severance could actually be directed to that and it won't affect your RSP limit.
Okay. What about the prospect of EI? People who are receiving severance are probably wondering about whether or not they're eligible.
Yes, most cases there is entitlement. Takes a 2-week waiting period for you to get it. So apply as soon as possible, but then they're going to look at how much did you get in terms of your payout, you know, your salary, your bonus, all of those amounts will be allocated to a period, and then during that time you wouldn't be eligible for EI, but you need to make the claim as soon as you can.
Okay, I see. Aside from the lump sum, the money, is there anything else that my employer has to offer in terms of assistance to me?
No, there's no legal requirement, but a lot of employers do offer job counseling, skill upgrades, you know, update your resume, networking opportunities to kind of see you through this transition period. Definitely worthwhile taking advantage of.
Okay, any other advice before we go?
Definitely don't sign anything until you're sure of what it is that you're getting, what you're entitled to, and if need be, hire a lawyer, have them look it over because it's also tax deductible.
Devil's in the details. Christine Wiley, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Our
Thanks,
money
Rob.
columnist. She's here every Wednesday.